Mello, how you doing? You see my face up close. Kind of frightening, huh? You know, there's an old saying that said that curiosity killed the cat, and that's completely backwards. A cat that doesn't want to know anything is gonna end up in trouble, or even worse. True ignorance will take you out. I mean, ultimately, I know what you're gonna say. I've read every comment now for countless years from you. Well, you're gonna be taken out anyway. Old age, heart attack, stroke, and all of this is true. Just wait for the punchline on this one. And if you think I'm gloating in this video, I'm not. It really proves a point. Sometimes a point is so stark, it's almost like it descended from heaven and landed on your head. So I've made 8,500 or so videos, just too many to count, literally. I made a lot of videos on original Buddhism because I've been translating ancient Pali now for 25, 28 years, something like that. It's ancient dead language. Member of the Polytech Society, based in England. So anyway, apparently I made somebody up in Canada really mad. And he didn't like the fact that I logically and with countless evidences said that, the soul is the only refuge in Buddhism. By the way, this video is not about Buddhism, by the way, okay? I'm getting to it here very quickly. So that made him really mad, and he'd send me the most, for years, easily 5.5+ years. I mean, I blocked his email, and he'd get a new email, and he'd send me new emails, or he actually loved to pretend he was somebody else, but I knew it was this guy. He sent me hate emails for 5.5 years, didn't care. You know, first I would actually communicate with him many, many years ago. It's like, well, you're wrong, and here's the reasons why you're wrong. Boom, 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 boom. So he's just full of absolute hatred. And he made a YouTube channel, which I actually told everybody that I know. I was like, you gotta go check this out. You know, if I actually made a video saying water was wet, this guy was so full of hate and anger, he would make a video saying that, he's wrong. Water's not actually wet. And I thought they were actually funny. I referred a lot of people to them. I said, go look for the fact that he doesn't provide any evidence. I think his first video was about my rational claim that, with evidences, by the way, from doctrine, with book and verse, countless, endless ones. I've been debating this topic for decades. He would actually quote William Shakespeare, which of course has nothing to do with, the original premise. Or he would actually go after, long since dead, ages ago, Caroline Augustus Foley Rees Davis, who is a very, very prolific Pali translator. He'd actually attack her, and, since she actually said that, the same thing that I said, when you actually examine the scriptures for themselves, this is not about, once again, Buddhism. He posted like 30 or 4 videos, and he'd come up with a new one every week or two, and I actually thought they were funny, especially because of the fact that they didn't provide any evidences. And I've told you all this a million times. You could set your watch, your clock, by an extremely unintelligent, extremely ignorant person. You could set it. If they said it's 3 a.m., you knew it was 3 p.m. If they said it was raining outside, you knew it was dry and sunny outside. There are people like that, more than you might believe. And when I actually said, and he'd watch my live stream, sometimes he'd actually comment in live stream. And I said, I'm not going to get stuck with that, the stab juice. There's no way I'm going to get, it's not going to happen. I never told anybody else what to do, but I said it's absolutely not going to happen. No way. And I'm a little bit too intelligent, a lot too intelligent for, that to happen to me. And that really, really enraged him. And what do I care? I absolutely don't care. So he used a new email. I think over the span of 5.5 years, he used like a dozen emails. He just hate rage. And if you actually see his videos, I'm not going to mention his name or his YouTube channel. You can find them. He would actually present himself as very calm and talk in this type of manner with droopy eyes. But he sent the most venom-filled, fiery, angry emails. He just spent 5 years hate-watching me, which I don't care. But when I said that, and I said this in live streaming, I'm not going to get the stab juice, that really sent him off the deep end. His whole thing, by the way, and you really should take my advice on this, this is really about the 2 words and the idea around them of consensus and peer review. This guy's religion was that if somebody in authority, and by the way, that's called an appeal to authority, and it's a logical fallacy. There are no authorities in a debate. There's only facts and falsehoods. There's empirical, demonstrable, and or logical data, or there isn't. This whole thing was peer review and consensus. If somebody in power or authority said it, well, it must be true. And anytime he'd actually make a video about me, he would never provide any evidences. This is why I actually pointed people, you go check this guy out. See the fallacies he's committing, and he himself was a freelance writer. Couldn't care less, once again. And anyway, he told me in all these new emails that he generated that I was just the epitome of evil for not getting, the magic juice, in my arm there. How dare I? And it sounds like our president, current president, safe and effective. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, sure. I should get it. It's just, oh, what a heretic I am. And he actually used really inflammatory language, which, I'm no stranger to hearing that. It doesn't bother me a bit. I don't care what anybody, I'm not running a popularity contest. Thought he was funny. But he spent over 5 years, hate watching me and just trying to, generate he knew about blocking the emails. And so I thought the other day, I was like, why is this guy giving up? I mean, he just finally ran out of hatred. I do mean that. He must have ran out of hatred. Because he stopped posting videos 7 months ago. He told me, by the way, many months ago, I've been juiced, and I've been juiced again, and I've had Juice 2.0, and I've, you should too, Ken, because, Dr. So-and-so and our Prime Minister said up here in Kanakistan, and and I thought to myself at the time, rationally and logically so anything proves, and of course I knew it without this guy, if anything proves why you shouldn't do something, is the fact that someone this unintelligent, somebody that is so full of, who peer-reviewed what you said, where is your consensus on this? Without scientific and academic consensus, it can't be true. Which is, anybody with 4 brain cells, I'm like, that's ridiculous. The second leading cause of, dropping stone cold is doctors right after cancer. Cancer is number 1, and El Doctore is number 2. And it's like, why does this guy stop making videos? Well, there's a good reason for it. Captain Consensus, Captain Peer-Reviewed there that, was yelling at me and cursing me. And I was like, well, he keeled over instantaneously, from the juice. Yeah, he just completely keeled over from the juice. That's right. I was wondering, I thought, well, this guy must have run out of hate. And I thought, well, let me take a peek. Oh, no, he didn't run out of hate. He just, the things that he was yelling at me about, trust me, look in my eyes. If I'm lying, I'm dying. The thing that he kept yelling at me about was the very thing that took him out. Keeled over, cold as a cucumber. I wonder, of course, none of these 6 feet under, or who knows where, I couldn't care less. And I thought his videos were funny. I don't care who hates me. You provide me some evidence, I will listen. But if you're gonna you're gonna make a video saying I'm wrong about Buddhism, and you're gonna quote Shakespeare, and you're gonna attack a long since dead author, Caroline Augustus Foley Reese. You provided no evidence at all. What if you could bring this person back to life and say, you were wrong about absolutely everything. You spent 5 years, hurling hatred at somebody who was right the whole time. Every video he made, I was right about. Every single one of them. It's not because I feel like I was, or I think I was, because I was. And I have the evidence and the logic and the rationality behind it, and he had nothing. There's a lot of ignorant, stupid people out there, but, just like, were you happy that you spent the last 5 years of your life, yelling at people, with your crazy little belief system and everything you thought, felt, and believe, and once again, beliefs, you are not your beliefs. This guy has a lesson on absolutely every front. Consensus, beliefs, respect the authority. Well, you should be taking that because our Prime Minister says it's good for you. It's just like, It's just like some sort of liquid lollipops, raindrops and rainbows. It's just perfect for you. I read his obituary, and this is how ignorant people are. And people leave comments on an obituary. And, the fascination got to me. Oh, he was such a nice and kind and gentle soul. What a wonderful person he was. You mean the guy that had nothing but, I stopped responding to him back in like 2019. I say, you're wrong, and your reason why you're wrong is boom, 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 boom. He just kept hurling the spew and the anger and the fire. This is what we call ultimate vindication. And I think that's going to be the title of this video, Ultimate Vindication. Everything this guy believed, everything this guy believed was wrong. You can take, if you have a little bit of wisdom, identify, you could use them like a compass. If someone is genuinely ignorant and or evil, and there's really no distinction between ignorance and evil, they tell you A, the inverse is true. I've been saying this for years, and this guy, all his videos are the same thing. He never provides any evidence. You just keep quoting authority A and authority B, and who peer-reviewed your works, and, consensus says that, you should get this. It's very good for you, A finer lesson there is not. Just the rubber stamp of a lesson. Anyway, take from that what you will. If you find this, you don't like this video, I'm not running a popularity contest. I'm trying to help people and provide information, and that's by and large what I do. One of several jobs that I actually have. Don't tell me what you think. I'm not going to post his name or his YouTube. Someone in the comments will actually post it, and you'll see it. And I told other people to watch. I was like, look at this guy. All his videos, there's no evidence in any of his videos for the things that he claims. There's none at all. There are certain people that think like that. Thinking he will do no more. And spent 5 years, just filled with hatred in his heart. Just nothing but hatred. And I didn't even respond to the guy. I get it if I kept fueling him, kept responding to his emails, but I didn't. Anyway, tell me what you think. There's some weird ducks out there. Like,